Alright, this is the last segment. I had a little technical difficulty, so I'm going to pick it up where I thought we left off. This pattern stack here, okay, is a simplified pattern stack. It isn't stacked way up 2 or 3 or 4 stacks of this thing so I could see the boundary conditions, this on top of that. No, but this one on the bottom one, but this one on the bottom one, this one on the top one, blah blah blah. I finally simplified it. That's why the negative here, I just invert the colors. So the opposite of purple is green. Okay, that's why that's green. Not That's not this green. That's not this green, which is the green. That's the E color there. That's light green. Third one from the bottom there. So what we got here, we have the 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, but we just don't want to go into another 5, 6. Take this 5, 6 into another pattern. We'd lose this 7. We want to keep it in the cage, in the chamber. Okay, we want to keep it in the chamber, in the cage. So this will go running off. It'll go running off like this. Oh, I got a better idea. I'll show you how. I'll show you how ridiculous this can get. Okay, I mean, nothing against people who like to do these um, staircase scales. All right. Well, let's see what this would look like. All right, I'll show you what it's going to look like. You got the 5, 6 here and the 5, 6 there. So this is going to then go like this. And then there's another 5, 6 there. And it'll go like that. And another 5, 6 there. And it'll go like that. And on up the fretboard. It's not staying in the cage. Okay, and you can do that if you want to go all the way up the fretboard. You know, you can do it. You can do it. Sorry, I got messed up there. Let's try it one more time with the B. Okay, you have to hit the warp. You have to backtrack a couple of them. I guess my Kia Ceed Mixolydian had some bad luck there. Sorry about that. I'm getting a little tired. I just woke up and I wanted to do these before my wife gets home. And I was, thinking about them and making the chart. So when I make the chart, I like to bounce some thoughts off of it. Okay? So we're not going to do that. We're not going to go up like that, although stairway scales are cool if you want to play like that. That's not the reason why I got the pattern like that. So let's go back. Hopefully we can go back enough of these guys. It doesn't want to it doesn't want to remove this one, but it's not in our way that bad. So we'll just have to ignore this guy for a minute. Okay, it does want to go back and get rid of that one. Oh, yes it does. Yes it does. It doesn't make sense because that one was like one of the last ones we did. Probably clicked it. So we got this guy here. We're not going to go up the stack, up the stairway. So we have to go to one of the other patterns. This is where it gets a little tricky, but bear with me. It goes into an S3 S top. Okay, let's see if we could sneak over here. Don't worry about the modes right now, the mode names. And then we'll just zoom out a little teeny bit so we can get everything. Okay, so we have the big pattern. We start on that. Why I started on that, I don't know. Have to start somewhere. And I wasn't sure how these other smaller patterns, these two guys, were going to fit around this. And I mean around it, top and bottom. I know how they fit to the side of it. They fit to the side of it like this. Here's this guy in the pink. They kind of interleave. This guy hangs on here. This guy, the S3S is here. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 R2 is part of it. Then there's an S2L down here. They're like part of it. They are it. Without these 4 smaller patterns, this one wouldn't exist. So we know how they interleave like this, and it's in the middle. It's in the middle part, the long pattern. So it turns out that when you have a 6 here and a 5, 6, you can lock into this smaller pattern. This 5, 6 will lock into the 7R2, and that's our S3S. You can start it on the second of E, which would be F sharp, and do a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root. Okay? Okay? Did you see what I was doing? I bet you didn't. I've been doing that. I'm sorry. I'll promise to glance at the video to make sure that that you could see what I'm playing. But when in doubt, listen to what the guitar player is saying, or try to use your ear. So it turns out that what can we identify the overlap of these guys? The overlap of these simpler patterns right here. I hate to, I'm having a little problem here. Let's grab a 7L here. Okay. Let's cut it and put it a little closer, like there. Alright, there's our 7L. I want to make it longer so that it doesn't look weird. Now we can talk about all 3. So remember, the patterns here are built into the 7L. Alright, so in this big pattern here that we're going to start our new pattern stack, call it a key of caged because it can access all those notes to the right of the fret nut where we play our 5 caged chords: C, A, G, E, and D. So we start here. The first one we're going to do is the A shape because the A starts on the 5th. We're not going to cover that right now. We have to hurry up. So first we look what from the 7L diagram mixes in from the pink pattern to one of our patterns. What next? It would be a 7R2 sitting on top. That's where this comes from. Don't look at it so much as a lone 7R2 up there, a top string. Look at it as part of the S3S pattern. It just doesn't have the 7th right there. Okay? So you look at it that way. And then on top of that's an S2L. Alright, and then you just go into another S3S right here. That's the whole pattern. All 7 strings. Isn't that wonderful? So this is the new pattern that we're going to be looking at in